Hey guys, I'm here tonight with possibly the most beautiful Volvo ever produced, in my opinion. This is the V90 T6 all-wheel drive R design. It's a beast, it is absolutely stunning, and I wanted to give you guys some first impressions on what it's been like to drive this week. Absolutely gorgeous interior on this Volvo. A lot of nice room in the back seat. And you have a pretty decent amount of LED lighting back here. This is the 2-liter turbocharged and supercharged engine, mated to the 8-speed automatic transmission. This V90 is all-wheel drive. I believe the price on this is around $68,000, so pretty close to 70 grand. Not cheap, but absolutely a premium product. We'll do a daytime video too so you can see some of the details on this car, but there's a really nice carbon fiber trim throughout the interior. Real carbon, and it looks good. I believe fuel economy numbers on this car are 31 highway, 22 city. I haven't had a problem achieving those numbers in the real world. As you can see there, turning headlights, really nice and bright. Powertrain on this is, it's the same powertrain that's on the XC60, the new the new XC90. I've done a lot of reviews on this in other videos. It's great. It's responsive, it works well, it's fast. You get a little bit of supercharger whine at the lower revs. Where this car really shines is in the handling department. It has a ton of grip. It's insane. And I think Volvo's also made some improvements to the pilot assist system in this car. It works incredibly well. If anything, it's more autonomous than I remember it being in the past, in the sense that I don't really have to keep my hands on the wheel that much at all. Today I drove pretty much on the highway without really having to intervene maybe twice over the course of 15 miles. And it's really nice. It kind of takes down some driver fatigue, and it's a really good system. It works quite well. Let's throw it into the corner here, put it into dynamic. You can hear the transmission downshifting a little bit automatically. The levels of grip are just insane. Over 60 miles an hour around that entrance ramp. Nice brakes. The brake pedal feel isn't awesome. It feels a little bit synthetic, but the power is really, really great from these brakes. They have more than enough performance than you need. This is a really capable car from a performance standpoint. And it's very comfortable. Personally, I probably wouldn't opt for the rear air suspension. Just adds some complexity into the car, and it's nice with the XC90, the XC60, where you can actually lower the loading height and lower the rear of the car, but in this it seems a little bit unnecessary. And to be honest, I was driving it around a little bit with the windows down today, and they make a little bit of noise. There's a little bit of it could be that this press car has 9,000 miles on it. It's just been driven hard, but there's a little bit of noise from the suspension in this particular car. Here in dynamic mode, we're getting super fast shifts. Put it back into comfort. Again, this engine is just great characteristics. Really torquey. You can pretty much get all of that torque at about 2,000 RPM. And it rides well. The suspension on this is great. It's really, I mean, there's really no other way to say it. It's a little bit noisy over bumps. You can get some NVH into the cabin. It's probably in part due to the large wheels and the skinny sidewalls on this. But other than that, the ride quality is fantastic. There's kind of a sharpness, but also a smoothness and suppleness to just the way this car rides down the road. All the materials inside feel very premium. The only complaint I have, and this is just with Volvo's touchscreen system in general, is this touchscreen it requires too much intervention. You really can only safely use it when you're in pilot assist, and it's nice because you can rely on the pilot assist system to work pretty consistently. But there are some situations where, let's say, you pass an entrance ramp or an exit ramp, and the car wants to go off into the exit, where it kind of doesn't give you 100% confidence, and to change the radio station, to change the climate control, especially the climate control, you really need to go into a few different menus to do stuff in this, and there's just too many click-throughs. It's also not completely responsive. I wish it were just a little bit faster. And when you're on the road, tenths of a second really matter. It's just, I would prefer some redundancy and some other buttons to be able to at least control the climate control system. You have radio buttons, which is fine, but honestly, with the way this car's climate control is set up anyway, where it's kind of an auto fan adjustment, it does require a little bit more intervention than just a completely full auto system, and I'd like to be able to change that quicker. Other than that, it works pretty well, but that is one complaint. Everything's laid out and it makes sense, and it's positioned well within the system. But basically, the differences that I'm noticing between this V90 and the other newest generation of Volvos that I've driven is this thing. Not only does it look amazing, it's just a gorgeous car, but the handling and the driving dynamics are much improved. I mean, it has a nice low center of gravity. It's a little bit more aerodynamic. It really performs, and this is a pretty potent performance car. It really is. It's fast. It can hang with some of the big boys, and it's just cool to have a fast Volvo wagon available again. So I also really like the size of this V90. The back seat room is phenomenal. And of course, just the overall spaciousness and feel and quality of the seats and materials is really nice. No one makes seats like Volvo does, and these are no exception. There's a lot of adjustability. You have some thigh bolsters and just nice lumbar, and they're firm but also incredibly comfortable and really gorgeous too. So anyway, guys, those are some first impressions on the V90. Really pretty nice car. A few complaints here and there, but I'm going to be doing a little bit more of an in-depth review tomorrow on this, and get it out in the daytime, clean it up, and make sure you guys can just really appreciate the looks of this thing, because it's pretty cool to behold. Nice key too. Yeah, the front end on this thing is just beautiful. It's pretty big too. This is a massive car. It's so long. I mean, this is the same platform as the XC90, so it's a pretty big vehicle, but it definitely takes up a lot more space than you would expect. But as a result, you get a lot of room, and for its size, it really does hide it in the handling department. Cool, just gorgeous. Look at these mirrors too. All right, well, that's gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Have a good night.